All right, everyone, welcome back. Let's do some discussion of Bloodline, Book 9 in the Cradle series by Will Wight. Um, First off, let me just say there will be spoilers for the book in this review. So if you don't want spoilers, leave now. Go read it. It's great, but I don't want you to get spoiled anything because it is really good, and I don't want to spoil things for people. So second thing, I can't believe I looked it up when Book 9 was coming out because I was very excited about it, and I totally forgot that this book came out. And so I was like, man, I wonder when Book 9 comes out this week. And yeah, realized it was already out for a month. So my bad on not getting this review out a little faster. But I finished the book in like 2 days, so that should tell you how good it is. Um, so Cradle is probably I don't know where. Sorry about that. Ugh. I don't know where I'd put it in my series. It's definitely probably my top five for sure. Maybe top three. It really depends on where it ends. I feel like that's gonna really solidify it for me. After everything's said and done, what's the conclusion to the series? Because this series could realistically go on for another 11 plus books. I don't know if he has said if there is a amount of books he's going for, or if it's just whenever he concludes it. But I mean, there's definitely a lot of story that could still be told, even with the power scaling up as much as it has. So positives about this book, I mean, it's amazing. The main fight with the Wandering Titan and all the drama and tension around that is fantastic. Um, I actually really liked how Will went through and did the storytelling with all of the clans and stuff like that, and how like there was all this like it was kind of not super veiled for the reader, but like how much the characters were like, please, we're just trying to save your lives, and it was just constant backstab, 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 and like when Lyndon was betrayed by his clan, like the whole unsold thing really got me throughout that whole sequence too, of like everyone treating him still like he's just trash even though he's way more powerful than any of them. But when Lyndon was leading the Way clan out and they betray him, and it's the patriarch and the first elder, who like the first elder, is kind of like he felt like was like the one person he could really trust. That hit pretty hard. I was just like, I felt so angry during that part, and it it was really really good. Let me grab a drink of water quick. Um, yeah, I mean that part in particular really stood out to me in this book. Other parts obviously is I really like the battle with the Wandering Titan and how Dross kind of works his way into basically formulating this plan with all of their friends to make this like epic showdown of like not even winning, but like I just want to win. I just want to win. But the just like the simple like please, like let's try to figure out, can we push it back? And even with the reduced power, it's like it takes them, all of them, and then Dross still has to sacrifice himself to win. And oh, gosh, like I know that like in some way Dross will come back at some point in the future. Like, it's very clear that Will has set it up in a point of like, he'll come back, which I think is good because I don't think a death right there of Dross works well long term for the series. I really think that character has a lot more. I think this is like a good like potential growth point and really like gonna bring a lot of tension to the next book. In addition to everything else that's going on, including like the mysteries with the labyrinth and stuff like that. Trying to think through anything else. I thought I kind of said this about Winter Steel too, but like this book continues, and I think someone has mentioned, either one of my friends or someone in the comments or something has mentioned that he's developed a new style of writing, like the way he goes through. And Winter Steel and this book have been great for adding in those character moments that I was really harsh on. I wouldn't say harsh, but like I was critical of in books 5 through 7. I would say 4 through 7 actually. But these last two books have been really, really good about developing these characters further. And I really, really enjoyed that. Moment with Serial, great to see that, you know, come back and like kind of be, I wouldn't say tied up, but like the vision, like obviously Serial has other hopes for Lyndon, but like the vision coming to the end of like the end of that initial vision that we see in book 1. And like obviously there's so much more story that could be I don't know how long he's going to go on with this, but there's so much story that could be drawn out of these, you know, moving forward. Even with just Cradle, I could see just on Cradle without incorporating any other worlds. I could still see that being several books more. So I'm really interested to see where it goes, and I'm really excited. One thing I was like really semi-critical of, I wouldn't say critical of most of the thing, and it was the one thing that was really bothering me was, where is Elder Whispers in this entire sequence that is going on right now? And we get that in the epilogue. I kind of would have liked, I get why he saved it to the end, because I think it fits there really well, and especially with the like realization that like Elder Whispers kind of knows more than he's letting on. And we're going to get to see a little bit more of that obviously in book 10, which I'm excited about. But that was kind of one thing I was kind of like, I kind of wanted in this book a little bit of like Lyndon going up the tower to see him and maybe having that moment to set up the ending a little bit. I think that would have been interesting. I don't necessarily think, I don't know that it's necessary, but I think it would have been a little bit better, because the whole time I'm just like, where is this character that has been mentioned and that I want to see and stuff like that, and that hadn't come back. So I guess last thing I'll say is that I do really also, just looking forward and stuff like that and thinking about what's going on with the series, I do really like the setup of the sect of Twin Stars. I think, I mean, obviously Ethan already kind of knew what he was doing, as always. Ethan being like 8 steps ahead. But I'm really interested to see the 3 main characters take on maybe more of like like not just focus on their own advancement necessarily, but like, you know, have their own story, but also like focused on this like development role, because they do have a lot of characters now that are like, they could really form a strong like group. Like they still have like you know, they have Lyndon's sister and his parents, and then you've got, Jai Long and Jai Chen, I believe is her name. So I'm interested to see them develop that a little bit and see where that goes, and maybe be a little bit more of like, we're going to develop, a legacy type thing. Obviously we still have the Labyrinth too. I'm really excited to see more about that and the mysteries beyond that, because like it's been mentioned since basically book 1, but we, the readers, don't know a whole lot about it other than something's down there that's worse than the Dread Gods, or where the Dread Gods came from. So I want to know more, and like I want to see that be explored more, which I'm sure it will be in either probably in the next book. Yeah, I mean, solid book. It focuses on this one incident, and it does a really, really good job of like playing out the entirety of that incident across the entirety of the book, and like the consequences. Well, not full consequences of that yet, but like, everything leads up into the next thing, and I think that's just something that he does really well. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. I mean, if you haven't read Cradle and you've watched this video, I don't know what you're doing, but go read it. It's great. I'm very much a fan of this series, and I think it's definitely gonna depend on how it ends. Lightbringer by Brent Weeks is kind of one of those that was up there really high for me and moved down a little bit because of the ending, but this is definitely in my top 5 for sure. Again, maybe my top 3 up there with Stormlight now and The Wheel of Time. So I'm really excited to see where it goes, and gosh, I cannot wait for the next book. So if you guys like the video, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out a lot, and I really appreciate when you guys do that for me. And again, anything else you want to include, or other things you want to talk about that maybe I didn't get to in this video, go post them down in the comments below. Let's discuss them. Let's talk about them. I love hearing from everyone, and I really am excited to talk more about this book. So that's going to be it. Thank you for watching.